Good hello everyone, and thank you for watching this three-card tarot spread on Jin's future and whether or not he will become a K-drama star. Quite recently, I don't know if you've watched my palm reading video on Jin from BTS, but someone commented quite recently asking more specifically about his career in the near future and will he become an actor. So I thought I'd get to the bottom of this with a tarot card reading. I did a little bit of research, and apparently he appeared at the Gucci Winter Showcase in Milan as an ambassador, and he had some kind of acting debut as well with a ramen commercial, which apparently um, he received a lot of praise for. So it could. Oh, okay, look at that. I think that's a sign. It could be that Jin does in fact have something on the horizon, really for him in terms of acting. Let's see what the past and the present circumstances and his future reveal. I'm actually using a tarot card deck that my mum gifted to me for my birthday. Thanks, Mum. It is designed by Richard Webster. Let's see what these cards reveal. All right, we're going to reveal his past concerning his acting and what the roots are for that. Revealing, okay, Six of Pentacles. That's interesting. Money has obviously been a big factor in the origin story of his desire to act, I suppose, and that's not necessarily that, I think there is a strong feeling here of wanting to provide, wanting to give, wanting to be himself and actually become an extension of who he is and perhaps um, provide, inspire, influence, and and try out something new and give back in a way that he's not been able to before, express himself in a way that he's not been able to before. But I do think there are forces at play that are heavily kind of monetarily orientated, shall we say. There's a lot of um, a feeling here of forces at play that are trying to kind of garner wealth, I suppose, and these agendas may well cause some issues. I think, it has to be said that there is a strong sense of judgment in this card. I mean, if we zoom in closer, is that possible? It is. You can see this man is holding the scales of justice. He's dishing out with one hand, he's sort of delegating, deciding, choosing, and with the other, in one hand, there's a strong sense of balance and judgment, and in the other, there's dishing out with materials. Could that mean that Jin is trying out a new avenue in order to provide in some way? Is there a feeling of a need to provide in starting out in this journey? I think this is both giving and receiving, and I think in terms of what this means for the foundations of Jin's potential acting career to become a drama star is a really good sign because it's showing collaboration, it's showing cooperation, philanthropy, charity. This is a really positive sign. Um, I do feel that money is a big aspect, that finances are a big ingredient in the foundation, in the roots of his acting career. So I'm not sure that that's a good sign, but this is altogether a very positive sign, absolutely, in terms of decision making when it comes to starting out in this kind of venture. It's extremely important, I think, that the right decisions are made at the right time regarding resources. And I don't think this is necessarily just about money. I think Jin's time is probably equally as important as the kind of financial gain to be made from any kind of decision at this time. So I think his ideas around acting he's really bided his time. He's waited, he's been patient because the right opportunities have had to come along. And that's meant that he's had to probably wait for a very long time to do what actually he wants to do. And I think we can clearly see that what he wants to do is actually give back in some way. I think he wants to, um, I think the ideas that he has had in the past have actually centered around if he can make money from this career, he's going to give back with it. He's going to be very charitable with it. All right, let's get into the second card here. And this is Jin's present circumstances. And this reveals what covers him at this time, the obstacle, the potential obstacle here. Right. This is the Prince of Wands. I wasn't sure for a second there. And it being reversed is absolutely showing some a reversal in opportunity. There's been a setback here. In terms of his present circumstances, things aren't going as he would like in terms of his ability to get on screen, I think. I think if he is looking for a career and working towards a career as on screen, I think there has been a setback here. I think there's been a mistake potentially made and a lesson that needs to be learned. The prince is often the kind of embodiment of naivety and eagerness. And when we see this in its upright form, it's very positive. Obviously, reversed, the situation has been turned around and there is some sort of obstacle here. And I think actually this might be down to Jin himself. Maybe he's made some kind of error in his decision, in his judgment making, that's prevented him from continuing or pursuing as he would like to. For me, when I look at this card, I see, um, you know, I see someone who's very grounded, who's very upright, who is looking ahead at the possibilities, very positive, very prosperous. So when we look at the what we're feeling here, what we're getting from what we're sensing from this, and look at it in reverse terminology, just flip those in opposite terms, and what we have is a lack of stability, a lack of grounding. Um, there's actually a little bit of negativity around the notion of acting at this time because um, there's a lack of ability to plan and think ahead and look ahead because of something that's happened which has caused a lack of stability, a lack of grounding. And that is most likely an error in judgment, decision making, which makes sense as to why we pulled this card in the first place, because this was so very key as part of the foundations, as the root of this acting career for Jin at this time. So what's the overall outcome here? What does the future hold for Jin in terms of becoming a K-drama star? Ah, look at this. Okay. I mean, in one respect, what could be more clear? We're looking at a star and beloved by the opposite sex. This is a wonderful sign. I think there is a minor setback at the moment, but obviously things are going, things are looking up. Please don't censor me for nudity, YouTube. This card is a really positive sign. This is showing feminine qualities, really giving, providing inspiration, influence, and actually what we see here is exactly the overall outcome. We're giving back, we're providing. This is exactly the outcome that Jin wants to have, that wanted to have in the very beginning. This setback at the moment, this mistake, this error in judgment, it's not a big deal because in the long run, actually this might have been a necessary setback. This is a really positive sign, and is he going to become a star? Well, look at it. How many stars do you need? And you know what? There's a fascinating little coincidence here. There's 7 stars in this image. Well, there's 8, in fact, of course. But there are 7 stars. Maybe these represent each member of BTS. maybe this star represents the star that Jin will become. To get to draw a deeper meaning from what this card means, when we look at this closely, the left hand, actually, this relates to palmistry. What a wonderful little thing we've got to explain here. The left hand represents the internal, the subconscious, the dreams, the imagination, fears, desires, aspirations. What the left hand is pouring out here, what the left hand represents, is drawing on those imaginative, dreams, the subconscious, connecting with the abstract in order to create and provide with the right hand, which represents all that is external, the physical, the practical, the environmental. So we're clearly seeing this is a clear sign of Jin drawing on his inspiration, his imagination, and acting on those thoughts, that rich bank of imagination, that literally a well of imagination, in order to extract and provide, to breathe and exhale, to draw and pour. And this is what Jin is doing, or will be able to do, rather. We're looking at the future. The future is looking very, very bright. And should he wish to, wish upon a star, his dream is going to come true. And I do think that this is a massive correlation with what we see here. It's going to give back. It's literally going to give back. This is a wonderful sign. I was not expecting to see this. Wow. So there we go. I thought we were going to see something really negative there. Um, so I don't think it's going to happen just yet, is the answer. I don't think there's anything just around the corner. Um, this is a temporary setback, though. I think in the long run, it might be a year or two, but in the long run, I do think Jin will pursue acting. I do think he will become a star on screen. I do think we'll be seeing his reflection. I think this is a really positive, a very clear sign. And I couldn't be more certain, in fact. I didn't expect to see that. All right, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you've got any questions. Let me know if you'd like me to read the palms, read the cards for anyone else on this channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do consider becoming a member and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.